What's up, everybody? The Washington Wizards dropped to the Miami Heat in the first ever in-season tournament game for the Washington Wizards, 121-114. We're going to talk about that. We're going to ask a question: is Deni Avdija the third option, or do we need to see more? And then we're going to preview Monday night's game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Rock with us tonight. Next on Locked On Wizards.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Scott again with my guy, the real Ed Oliver. Appreciate you guys tonight, and thank you for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every single day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. And tonight's episode is brought to you by Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use promo code Locked On NBA for $20 off your first purchase. So tonight we are going to recap the Wizards' loss to the Miami Heat. We're going to look at whether Deni Avdija could be a consistent third option in this offense, and we're going to do a preview for Monday night's game against the Philadelphia 76ers in the city of brotherly love. So, looking at the Miami game, this is the first in-season tournament game for the Washington Wizards, and kind of a different game. You know, I think Miami was up by as much as 25, but again, the second unit, or really the third unit, these young guys came led by Eugene and Ryan Rollins, really brought the game closer, and it was a 7-point game. So, you know how we do this year, man. We're not really looking at the reasons why we won or lost, but really what young guy kind of showed out to you, and what young guy really needs to kind of step it up.
Yeah, so I know, Brandon, you were under the weather a little bit. I got bad allergies, so I can't talk too long. So sorry to the audience as well if I sound a little stuffy, but I really like Eugene. Eugene, once again, Bilal played well at times of the game. I really like the alley-oop that Eugene threw to Bilal at the end of the game. And Ryan Rollins just really put pressure on the defense. I mean, on the opposing team's point guard. He got up in Josh Richardson's grill to the point where he has to sub their starters back in. It's basically, this is the same script every game. The starters actually played pretty well in the beginning. They started off hot in that first quarter. We're knocking down threes. Denny had a couple threes. But to get back to the young guys, I love Rollins' effort on the defensive side of the court. He's just picking up guys up full court. And Johnny Davis played a lot better. He just knocked down shots. You know, he was confident. He took open looks, got to the basket, got to the paint, 5 for 5 from the field, hit that 1-3 that he had wide open, 11 points. He played with some confidence out there. So I really like the way that he played. This is great for him. This is why I just say just give the young guy a chance. I know everybody's ready to give up on him and ship him off and say he's a bust and stuff like that. But just give him some time. This is a year where guys are supposed to develop anyway, and just focus on the young talent and young guys developing and see what we have in some of the young guys. Like I said, Bilal played well. He played well. I thought he played hard. Now he did get lost in the sauce guarding Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson hit a couple threes, then Duncan Robinson cut to the basket, had an easy layup. So this was a learning experience for Bilal out there, just going up against a guy who's just going to be constantly moving around as a movement shooter. Like I said, I like Eugene, his intensity. He got up in Thomas Bryant, the former Wizard. He got up in his face. It looked like they were going back and forth a little bit there. So that's two guys that, are definitely play hard for sure. So Eugene wasn't taking any stuff from Thomas Bryant, and I like that. But yeah, that's about it from the young guys. I thought they all showed some toughness once again. And then if we want to consider Deni as a young guy, I mean, I really like the way that he played, man. He got to the basket. He had a nice dunk in the lane because they like to play zone a lot. So the lane was wide open. Deni, he's not thinking. He's just playing basketball. And that's what I love right now. He's just playing basketball. He's not thinking too much. Of course, there's other things going on in his home country, but he's just focused on ball right now and do what he can do. You saw even the jumper. The jumper looks a little bit better. I mean, not a little bit better. It's looking better. He's hitting step backs, movement shots, 1 for 2 from the 3-point line. Which is not a lot of threes, but 6 or 8 from the field. Playing with a lot of confidence, getting to the basket. So I love the way that Deni played last night. Friday night.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to consider him a young guy. And yes, he has really stepped it up on the offensive end. I mean, we said all the time, we know what he can do from the defensive end, but offensively, he's becoming a lot more consistent as far as his offensive input, man. I mean, if you look at it, 14 points, shot 6 for 8 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3. So, I mean, 2 turnovers, but overall, I mean, very impressed what I've seen in him this season, man. You know, he really has starting to come into his own offensively. You know, he's aggressive. You know, he's not hesitant on, you know, shooting jumpers. You know, like you said, he's really, really. I mean, look, that bag must have ignited something with him, man. You know, because he must have got his first check. Because I'm telling you right now, you know, this is a whole new player on the offensive end. So I love what I see from Deni, man. Love it. You mentioned it, and we talked about it before we got on, man. Again, and really you can say this the same thing with Deni. You know, Johnny Davis and Deni has gotten a lot of smoke, and we've been hard on them, man. But I tell you what, you know, Johnny Davis came in 13 minutes, 5 for 5 for the field, 1 for 1 from 3, 11 points. I like what I saw from him, man. You know that's the type of performance I want to see from him. Because we said that, you know, with Shemet being on the team, we kind of expected around 15 minutes. So he got 13, and Shemet got 14. And so, yeah, those two guys really impressed me. You know, Johnny Davis, you know, his aggression, he looks a little more comfortable out there. So I love it. Look at that. I don't know. I'm not really going to consider him a young guy, but Landry Shamet, man, like if he ain't shooting threes, I mean, he's out the game. I mean, he's got to, I don't know. I mean, I know we have to the deadline. I don't know if they intend on moving it. I don't know, but we got to find some way for Johnny Davis to overtake him for minutes because he's non-existent, 0 for 2. And that was it. You know, I mean, like I said, if he's not shooting jumpers, he's just out the game. So he needs to get some DMPs. I'm sorry. It's time to give Johnny Davis those minutes because to me, the priority is to find minutes and evaluate Johnny Davis. I mean, Shemet, we know what his MO is. There's a reason why he's a journeyman. None against him, but he doesn't fit the timeline, and I'd rather see Johnny Davis get those minutes. So yeah, look at that, man. I'm very impressed with Deni Avdija. You know, his offensive side of the ball is really coming together. And Johnny Davis, this is what I want to see from him. You know, really capitalize on the minutes that you get. But looking at everybody right now, Ryan Rollins, you know, he's really scrappy. I love the dog in Ryan Rollins, man. He's a scrappy guard. Still, you know, I definitely believe that could indeed be our future backup point guard in this organization. And again, you know, Eugene, man, is just the bulldozer, man. You know, he's just that guy is effort. He's just, I mean, dude's a linebacker, man. I don't know how many people. I mean, you can go ahead and take a charge against this homie if you want to, man. You're gonna be flying across the floor because this dude he's solid. So, yeah, again, this third unit, I'm gonna call him the third unit because when I say third unit, it's usually when Eugene and Rollins gets into the game, but they're keeping us in games in the fourth quarter, man. You know, and we talked about before that, you know, every game kind of has the same script. Whereas, you know, we look all right, then they make that drive, they take that lead, and then in the fourth quarter, we kind of bring in that third unit. But that third unit has got some, I mean, look, they got some dog to them. They're keeping us in games, man. I mean, like I said, they were up by as much as 25, and they brought it back in the second half. And that third unit, man, they come in, they play with energy. They're trying to earn a contract. And in my belief, man, no matter what your contract situation is, that's how you play. You play like you try and get that next bag. And they're playing like that, man. You know, I love what I see from Rollins and Eugene, man. So overall, you see progress. You know, Deni is starting to come around offensively, and I like it. He's really starting to earn that 3 and a 3 and D. Now, I want to see him shoot more threes. You know, I want to see a couple more threes per game, really show more confidence at 3-point shot, but his mid-ranges look good. You know, he's driving with confidence. So I love it, E. I love what I see from these young guys, man.
Yeah, Denny's definitely added a mid-range game, or he's added more to his mid-range game. He's, you know, using more moves, some step backs, just pulling up with more confidence. And that's a huge thing in his offensive game, is just having that mid-range game. He's not taking a lot of threes, like you said. I would like him to see him take some more and just be more aggressive, taking some threes. But at the same time, if he's taking to the basket and getting to the basket and dunking and finishing strong, I have no problem with that as well. So, but yeah, it's been the same script. We'll talk about the veterans next, but yeah, it basically is that same script where the third unit comes in.
Yeah.
And I will say, I don't want to take anything away from third unit, but they are playing up. They start playing against backups, and they play so well to the point where the Heat had to put their starters in. So, you know, I do want to see if Wes may give some of these young guys more time. I think Eugene definitely deserves some more minutes. Rollins deserves some more minutes when the game is like in the first quarter, second quarter, when the game is still competitive, not just put these guys in the fourth quarter with, you know, 8 minutes left, and then you wave the white flag and you put these guys in. So I want to see these guys get some competitive minutes in the first half.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, like you said, E, we're going to look at some of the veteran guys. We're going to answer that question whether Diddy is ready to be that third option on a consistent basis. And obviously, we're going to do the preview for tomorrow night's game against the 76ers. But this night's episode is brought to you by Game Time. And I go to a lot of games, man. When it's baseball season, I'm going to Baltimore to see the O's. I'm going to see the Nats. Basketball, obviously, my Wiz, and then the Commanders in football season. And XFL, the DC Defenders, I'm always watching them. So I've gone through every ticket company. And to me, Game Time is the best and most convenient one because you shouldn't have to worry about anything when you're buying tickets to your next event. Game Time is fast and easy way to buy tickets for all sports and music, comedy, and theater events near you with killer last minute deals, all in prices, views from your seat, and the best price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. Now, you can see the view from your seat before you buy it, which is big, man, because there are good and there are some bad seats that you can get, especially in baseball, Lord hammers. But all in prices show your total up front. So you know what you get. You know you're getting a great deal, but without all the hidden fees, which gets me every time. So buy tickets in seconds with 2 taps, and you're ready to rock. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event, and even an hour after it starts. It's the best place to find last-minute seats. So all you got to do is download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, though. And again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. And thanks for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every single day. Every day is tomorrow on the show. We are going to do a recap of the Wizards' hopefully victory over the Philadelphia 76ers. So we're going to go live tomorrow night. So definitely tune in and rock with your boys, man. So before we get into the question of Deni and whether he can be a consistent third option for this team, looking at some veterans, man. And obviously, look, we know what to expect from Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma. And they look decent. Kyle Kuzma, 22 points, but we already know how it is with efficiency. 8 for 19 from the field, 4 for 9 from 3. And Jordan Poole, 19 points, 28 minutes played, 6 assists, though. But 8 for 14 from the field and 3 from 4 from 3. So he had a better showing tonight, or that night. But Tyus Jones, he's kind of, the fire has went out a little bit with him. 24 minutes played, but only 7 points and 5 assists. So, E, is this kind of consistent in what you expect from the three guys?
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, and it's a little disappointing because we expect a lot from Jordan Poole, and to be fair to Jordan Poole, yesterday or Friday night wasn't one of his worst games so far. I mean, we've seen him, the Shaq Fool against the Celtics, so I thought he was a little bit more focused and more locked in. The third quarter, I thought he started to heat up a little bit. He had a solid first quarter too, as well. But just overall, it hasn't been, what we thought it was going to be coming in. The comparisons to being the next James Harden on the Rockets, or just being the most improved player. And it's still early. I think he is adjusting to becoming, a number one option on the team or a number two option on the team or becoming a leader. So I think he has a long way to go in that aspect. And Kuzma, yeah, I thought he played pretty well. 4 for 9 from the 3, 22 points. I thought he got to the basket as well. I thought he started off pretty hot, as the whole team started off really hot in that first quarter. But yeah, Gafford, once again, he gets in foul trouble. He had 5 fouls. I thought one of the fouls was a terrible call. I think it was off of a rebound or something like that. It might have been an illegal screen or a rebound or something. It was ridiculous. That was a terrible call. Then after that, they kept giving the ball to Bam Adebayo, as they should, and they went to the paint and scored very easily. As we get to see, we're finding out how important Gafford is. Not finding out. We've been knew this before the season started that they should have signed another center. But yeah, when Gafford goes out, it's just a layup line out there. It really is. Somebody commented about DeLon. We'll talk about DeLon a little bit later. He had a rough game. He was 0 for 3. He just hasn't been as impactful as he was. The best game he's had so far is the Grizzlies game. And you talked about Shamet too. He's not really, if he's not making threes, then there's really, he's not going to do anything else. He's not really going to defend well. He's not going to rebound. He's not going to really pass well. He's just a one-dimensional player. He's a one-trick pony, kind of like Bertans was. And then just thinking about Pat Baldwin Jr., it's interesting that, he didn't get to play. I haven't really seen him play at all this season. So we'll see if he is going to be on the G League team or if he's going to stay on the roster. We'll see what happens in that situation. And then Muscala, once again, he's just provides no resistance. Opposing centers can do whatever they feel like doing to Muscala. and he doesn't provide much physicality out there. He can shoot the three, but that's about it with him as well. And then Gallo can barely move. So yeah, it's the same script every game. You know what you're getting. You're gonna get some up and down moments from Poole and Kuzma. And as far as West, the third quarters, we just don't make adjustments. And I don't 100% blame West because the roster just is not. It's probably one of the worst rosters in the league as we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just don't get out to shooters. Duncan Robinson hitting 4 threes. Guys knocking down wide open threes. We don't know our personnel. We're letting shooters get wide open threes, and that's the big difference right there too. So we don't get back on defense either, and that's been some problems under West Unseld Jr. as well. So yes, the roster isn't great, but West doesn't help it either. But we know that what the goal is to get the best pick in the draft. So like we keep saying, we don't look at it as wins and losses anymore. We just look at it how the young guys are developing, and that's just the way we're going to look at this season. So yes, it's like we're watching the same game over and other than the Memphis game. It's basically been the same script over and over again.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Same script, man. It's like it's a sitcom out there, man. You know what to expect every episode, man. So it is what it is. But before I get on the veterans, man, I didn't mention Bilal Coulibaly. I felt like he had a decent performance, man. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. 1 for 2 from 3 and 4 for 5 from the field. So it's not his usual defensive game that we expect from Bilal, but I thought that he looked decent, man. But looking at the vets, you know what to expect from Kuz and Poole, man. A lot of shot attempts. Efficiency can be an issue. Now looking at Jordan Poole, she was a little better, man. 8 for 14, 3 for 4 from 3, 6 assists. So you got people. He set up a couple guys. He did better with finding opportunities for assists. But Tyus, I need more, man. If you want to be that starter, I need more. I need more than that. I'm not expecting. I mean, as far as the points, is kind of what I expect. Around 10 points a game. I'm not really expecting him to be, light up the stat sheet when it comes to points. But I need more, man. I really do. 5 assists, it's all right. But I need more for him to be that point guard of the future, man, because I really think that he's auditioning for that position because Jordan Poole ain't ready yet to be that point guard of the future. So we definitely need to see what we got in Tyus Jones, man. But what was I going to say? I'm Gafford, Lord have mercy. Look, Gafford was getting cooked like a hot pocket, man. Like Bam Adebayo's do whatever he wanted to do, man. And it's just that's going to be the MO this year, man. I mean, Gafford, and I guess we can kind of talk about it now, man. Gaff and DeLon Wright have not looked good this year. Gav just, I don't know, man. Help me. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's the future. Gav, first year in extension. Bam Adebayo, yeah, I believe what is Bam like 6'9", 6'10"? He's not a 7-footer. Yeah, he's a smaller, as far as centers, man. He's athletic and he has that mid range, but Lord have mercy. I mean, what center league can Gaff really hold his own against, man? Like, he just looked like he was just so overmatched. I mean, Bam Adebayo did whatever he wanted to do, man. And I just don't think this is hopeful in the future. I don't know if he's at the starting center, man. We, whether we go in the draft or we make a move to get one. But like you said, this center position, this rotation of center, man, is scary. It's just scary. And it ain't looking good because Mike Muscala ain't too much better. It's just every game just reminds me why we didn't go get another center, man. Because rebound is going to be an issue all year. People are going to attack the paint with reckless abandonment all year long because they know that's the weak point. So, yeah, looking at Gaff is another underwhelming game. Again, he gets in foul trouble. There's no discipline. He falls for the same pump fakes. It's just you getting what you get. This is what so I don't know what to say about Gaff anymore, man. Hopefully he can step it up. I mean, we got a lot of games to go, so he's got plenty of opportunities to do so. But like you said, another veteran, we already mentioned it, man, Shamet. I would DMP him. Just because he's here doesn't mean he got to play. I mean, if you got to contribute in other ways, man. 0 for 2, you're non-existent on the defensive end. He's got a DMP. We need to get Johnny Davis those minutes. And I'm not giving a guy 15 minutes to chuck a couple of threes and then stand out there and wave your hands. Nah, you need to be productive. So I don't know what the future is as far as where his place in the rotation is, man. Wes has got a full job ahead of him trying to find minutes for everybody. But to me, if I'm head coach, man, I'm DMPing because I don't see the value. Like you said, when the shot's hitting, it's good. But if it's not, he's non-existent on the floor. So moving on real quick before we get into the second.
What I will say,
yeah.
what I will say about Landry Shamet, I 110% agree with you. You look at the Suns. I mean, Bradley Beal hasn't played a game yet. Devin Booker just missed another game. Should we call the Suns and try to get? Well, they already gave up so many picks to us anyway, so they probably don't have any ammo or any picks to give us. But I was gonna say to call them to get a second round pick or something just to get something for Shamet. But we probably will end up getting a second round pick for him. I don't think it's either that or a buyout. Same thing with Gallo. Gallo most likely will end in a buyout, in my opinion. I don't see anybody trading for him. But I was just gonna make a joke that maybe the Suns need him back because Bradley Beal hasn't even played a game yet. And Devin Booker barely plays.
I'm not. Look, people know how I feel about it. I ain't saying about Bill, man. I'm done talking about Bill, man. But the age, that's that's crazy because maybe they saw something in that, and that's why they made that deal. Because it's it's ironic that we make that deal and then he has the back issues, man. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they saw something as far as his health, man, and made that move. I think that might have had a lot to do with it because it's hard to pay somebody with back issues who hadn't played yet $50 million. So. Look, hats off to Phoenix, man. Appreciate you. So, moving on real quick, man. The question for UE and for everybody in the chat, man. Are you guys ready to say that Deni Avdija is that third option, or do you need to see more?
Yeah, I think he is. Let me just look at the box score from last night too. I don't want to just judge it off that, but I want to see him be more aggressive. I want to see him take more shots. I still think he's a little. I wouldn't say passive, but now I love that he's not thinking too much. He's looking at the defense, surveying the defense, just getting it going. He's very decisive. Where before you can see him think a little too much out there. But I mean, the two guys, Kuzma and Poole, they're going to get up at least 14 or 15 shots per game, bare minimum. Because Poole only shot the ball 14 times, and they waved the white flag. West waved the white flag. Kuzma shot the ball 19 times, and West waved the white flag. So if it was a competitive game, Kuzma might have fooled around and got 25 to 30 shots up on Friday night. So Deni got up 8 shots, and he was the third. He shot the ball the third most out of everybody. Tyus got up 5 shots. So I want to see Denny's shot volume go up. I want to see. I want to see a competitive game, just how they play without waving the white flag. I've just seen the white flag be waved so much. But to answer your question, I'm sorry I went on a long tangent. Let some of these young guys play and let Deni blossom a little bit because this is the most. He was super confident when he was turbo, but I do want to see him get more shots up. I'll say that. I want to see him get some more shots up and get some more volume up. So, I do think he is the third option. It's really between him and Tyus right now.
Yeah, I agree. I love what I see from Deni. I think he needs to solidify himself as that third option by being more aggressive. Bring that dog out, man. Start attacking the paint. Let those shots go, man. Definitely. I want to see more, but I've loved what I see from Deni. So I definitely think he's the third option, maybe even a second. Because if you look at, Poole and Kuzma, how they tend to have these good and bad games, when they're good to good, when they're bad to bad. So I definitely think if one of them struggles, he can definitely come in and be that second scorer. So I just, definitely guys, let me know how you guys feel in the chat and comment below. If you think Deni is that third option, maybe the second, we'll see. But we are going to do a preview real quick for the 76ers game. And we're going to talk to you guys at the end, like we always do before we do. Tonight's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Now I did a couple bets tonight. I did a parlay and it was I think it was Joe Mixon plus 50 yards rushing, and it was Joe Burrow 275. So we'll see, man, because Cincinnati's all over the place, man. So we'll definitely see. But look, you can score early this NFL season with FanDuel, America's number one sportsbook. Trying to tell you, right now, new customers get $150 bonus bets with any winning $5 money line bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, I'm trying to tell you, man, there's no better time to get in action than joining right now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Just go ahead and do it right now because it's easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over and unders, and a lot more. So definitely visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, the official partner of the National Football League. And thank you guys for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. We appreciate y'all, man. Every day is tomorrow on the show. We're going to do a live recap of the Wizards game against the 76ers and the City of Brotherly Love. So definitely tune in for that. So preview real quick for Philadelphia. I guess because we're looking at time real quick, man. What is one key, or I guess rather, what is that key guy for the Wizards going against Philly?
That's a tough question because I don't think it can be one guy. I'll say what I have to say, and then I'll answer the question. You're going up against Joel Embiid, so they're just gonna have to double team smartly because Wes will double, but he just feels like he doesn't double the right way. Like he'll just show the double, and then Joel Embiid will just find an open shooter. We just double just to double. They need a double with a person. Are they going to double when he puts the ball on the floor? Are they going to aggressively trap if somebody rotate? Like, how are they going to do it? So we're only going to read like one or two comments. But Kelly Oubre's been a guy that certainly has been putting on a tear. Bullets Nation, DMV for life. Me and Brandon talked about it before the show. Kelly Oubre, the former Wizard, has just been on a tear lately. So they're going to have to throw a lot of bodies at him. They just don't have the guys. Muscala, Gallo, Gafford. Gafford's going to be in foul. It probably will be in foul trouble. We'll say over under within the first quarter. So, yeah, it could be a long night once again. They got Maxey. They have so many guys that can hurt the Wizards. It's even Tobias Harris, Maxey, Melton. Who else is on that roster? Yeah, they got a lot of guys that can certainly hurt the Wizards for sure, very easily and quickly. But, yeah, to answer your question, I'm going to say this is a tough one. I'm gonna go with
bad,
I know. If I had to just say one person, for them to win, Kuzma's probably gonna have to have a big game. He usually, when we beat the Sixers, he usually has big games. So because he had that big block on Joel Embiid that one game where we beat them. So I'm gonna say Kuzma, but really Gafford too. How does he defend Embiid? Is he gonna get in foul trouble quickly? So I'll take the easy one and just say Gafford.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Man, look, Gap about to get it, man. And B about to give it to him, man. I'm just trying to tell you, man. I'm going to say Deni. I'm a reason for that, for the reasons we already kind of put out there. Being that option, man. Obviously, look, if I'm Philly, I'm definitely centering a lot of my defense on Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma, trying to shut them down. So who are the guys to step up? Deni is that guy that I'm looking to step up offensively. Maybe Tyus Jones, he's got to step up, but that's why we've been asking that question all year. Who's going to emerge as that third and fourth option? Because, with Kuzma and Poole, high usage, low efficiency, they're going to get the shots up, they're going to get the points up, but it comes at the expense of a lot of shot attempts. So when they're on, they're on. When they're off, they're off. So who are these guys who are going to emerge to pick up the slack? And I'm looking at, obviously Deni, and he's been doing a great job, but, Tyus is in there too. So, yeah, I'm not gonna get into predictions. I'm pretty sure we both know that it's gonna get ugly, man. In the paint, Embiid's gonna do. He's gonna style. He's gonna put that work in, man. That's all I can say. The most positive way. Gafford's got his hands full, man, because Embiid, he's carrying a lot of weight with the departure of James Harden, and obviously, Tyrese Maxey, they're looking at him to be the guy, but it's gonna get ugly in the paint. It really is. So I think we both can agree it's looking like it's gonna be a 76ers victory. But hopefully, hey, look. Hopefully the Wiz kids, they prove us wrong, man. Play with some heart, and who knows, man. We say it in football all the time, right? Any given Sunday. So any night in the NBA, man, so, hey, people have off nights, so you never know. So we're going to go ahead. And I guess before we get into a couple comments, because we get up there around 30 minutes right now. Mm-hmm. But injuries, man, we were talking about before the show. Deni Avdija, Kispert, and Gafford all dealing with left ankle injuries. So that's something to kind of keep in mind, everybody, that you very well could see Deni out. So it's gonna, injuries wise, we'll see, and we'll definitely give you guys the any information when it comes to injuries at game time. So let's get into some comments. Let's see.
Hey, Bulls Nation says if we're gonna drop 40 and Gafford and start a live stream after the game, like everything is fine and dandy. Somebody said he started a live stream. I don't know how true that is. So I'm not gonna comment on that. I don't know if he did or not. So 40. Somebody else commented and said 35. Stuart Flaherty, I think he's talking about Embiid, saying he's going to have 35, 20, and 6. That certainly is possible. It certainly is.
Oh, look. If we're going off performances, man, Embiid is top tier center. He's going to, if Ben Avdija, oh Lord, Antibiotics, man, can do that much damage. Embiid is going to, it's going to be ugly. I mean, I hate to say it, but let's be real. Let's be realists. I mean, Embiid's he's gonna shut that paint down, man. He's gonna give it a gaff, man. So let's see. Stewart O'Flaherty said, my bad. Michael Pev said, for Deni to get more shots, you got to play more. Weston Jr. playing him under 24 minutes per game. I mean, I agree. I definitely think he needs more minutes. As far as minutes distribution, he should be the third highest as far as minutes, in my opinion, because his offensive game's coming along. What do you think?
Yeah, I think West has a script of the rotation too. I think honestly, there's a script of how these games go. I think and West has had a script back in the year where we had Bill and Dinwiddie, Montrezl Harrell. Looked like he had a script with that rotation as well. But it looks like, the script is he'll give Deni 24 minutes, Kuz about 20, 25, 30 minutes, and same thing with Poole. And then Poole does a Shaq in the full moment, then he'll bench him like he did that one game where he threw it off the backboard, and we'll just wave the white flag with 8 minutes to go. And then he's like, okay, let's put Eugene in. Let's put the young guys in. So West has a script. He doesn't really deviate from it. He doesn't really change much unless something drastic happens. As far as or an injury happens, unless he's really forced to. So he doesn't really like change, honestly. So, right now, I don't know if Deni's on a minute restriction, but it looks like he has him at that 25-minute mark. But the game script has just been a blowout. So it's like he's not going to play 30 minutes in a blowout. He's going to sit them and basically sit the whole starters and let Rollins get 10 minutes, Johnny Davis 10 minutes, So that's just been the same. That's why I'm hoping we get a competitive game because I want to see a rotation with a competitive game, not just the same old, we're going to get blown out and then we, just play guys 20 minutes here and then the young guys get to play. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm looking at a lot of comments, man. Everybody get on Gav about
TikTok. Did you see it?
Yeah, man.
You saw it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So it is true. Okay.
Yeah, I checked it out today, man. It's like, you look, priorities, man. Priorities. I'm just saying. But Muhammad Worthington says Daniel Gafford cares more about TikTok and streaming the basketball. I mean, I'll say this, man. When you're in the public eye, man, you gotta be about the people gonna get on you about that. So I know. Look, I'm just trying to be optimistic there this time, man. Like I know we're gonna lose. I'm just trying to be optimistic, man.
All right. This is the last thing I'll say before we wrap it up. So the last couple of games Embiid has played the Wizards, he had 34 and 8. December 27th, he had 48 points and 10 boards. This February 2nd, 2022, he had 27 points and 14 boards. January 17th, 2022, he had 32 points and 8 boards. December 26th, he had 36 points and 13 boards. So he gets around that 25-point mark and a couple of boards. He had 48. Goodness gracious, on December 27th. So we'll see. We'll see if he gets around that.
Yeah,
hopefully they can hold. Hopefully they can hold him under 30. I think the bar is holding him under 30.
What's that tell you, man? When you're, you know what I mean? Oh man, when you're just hoping to keep somebody under 30, man, it's just not a good look in the center position, man. So, again, we're gonna go ahead and cut it. A lot of good comments, man. So definitely appreciate everybody showing up tonight. We got 47, so definitely appreciate everybody tonight, man. So, one more. Bullets Nation said it's true. Ed, laugh out loud. He said the Wizards are going to be the 2024 NBA champions. Oh Lord. A fan asked him, "Oh my." Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end on that note. Yeah. But again, tomorrow
hell to the Commanders, though. Hell to the Commanders.
Hey, hell to the Commanders. Good victory tonight. You got it, baby. There you look. Now I'm just trying to tell you that is look, a win's a win, man. We're getting back to 5. We're trying to get back to 500, man. So definitely a good victory today. Hell to the Commanders. But appreciate you guys, man. Again, tomorrow night we will be doing a live recap of look. Saw it, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. So tomorrow night we're gonna do a live recap of the Sixers game tomorrow night. So definitely tune in. But I appreciate everybody tonight. And hail to the Commanders and hail to the Wizards.
Yes, sir.
And peace. See you guys next time.